supporters and especially the Wolfpack members. Today we've got an interview with Ryan Plant for you as Wolfpack supporters and sponsors. He's going to do an interview with us today, and also I've got First Blood with me. Alright. So, thanks Ryan for doing the interview.
No worry, fellas, no worry.
Okay, so you're a Wagga boy, are you?
I am, coming from Wagga boy bred.
Yep. So do you know the other guys from the club? Jeremy Rowe and
Kurt, Mitch.
that?
Yeah, I actually grew up living not far from Jeremy. We've always sort of known each other from a fairly young age, went to school together and yeah, played a little bit of footy together. And I didn't know Kurt and Mitch only from playing against them. But yeah, I got to know, obviously living with them for the last 6 months, so yeah, now we've become...
Are you living with them, are you?
Yeah, we are able to spot the same place, so...
That's a bit of a worry.
I got a question from one of our members. How you find Adelaide? You find your way around all right?
Yeah, everyone sort of told me it was just like a big country town. It's it really, it almost is, you know, like it's pretty easy to get around, and it's a lot of people, but it's pretty casual, pretty laid back, and it's good. No, I'm really enjoying it.
Oh, that's great.
So, it's a hard question, but being where we are at the moment with the A grade being bottom and the B's sort of struggling in that, it's hard to keep motivated every time you come to training and you run out in the oval to, knowing that we are struggling at the moment. You're finding it hard to keep your motivation up?
I don't really from a personal level because, coming from where I've come from, it's, every time I play or every time I train, it's more like, I want to play good to improve, myself, and, I never expected us to set the world alight, and I know where the club's come from, so, the boys, it's a good bunch of blokes. I think that's the easiest, that's the best thing about it. We get each other up every week, and, get around each other, don't worry about what the ladder looks like or whatever, but, yeah, just try and do our best, mate, that's all we can do.
How do you find Andy Collins? Do you get along with them well? How do you find him as a coach personally?
Yeah, I've got a pretty good relationship with Colo. I did a few months work here at the club when I first got here, and so I sort of spent every day working around him, and got to know him pretty well. And as a coach, he's been really good. He's taught me, he was coming from bush footy. I've only ever sort of had coaches that you've either known personally really well, and they sort of look after you a bit more. As with Colo, you get the hard truths, and he teaches you really well, a bit more technical stuff about the game.
So, practical jokers in the club. Who do you reckon's the one that's taken over from Drago as a sort of practical joker he likes to?
Mate, that's a pretty easy one actually. I reckon Fergie's got that covered now.
Fergie?
Yeah, he's got a couple of things. He likes to write things on the whiteboard just to confuse everyone. We're doing different stuff, but he's got that down pat, I reckon.
And another question, how's the new property still treating you?
He's going alright, he's looking after us.
Is he? Is he a good bloke, is he?
Yeah, he's good, mate. He's got his mission.
Don't trust him.
He's a bit more relaxed than the old one. Is
he? Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Might let us get away with too much, I think.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So, going back to home, did your parents, were they involved in any sort of sports at all?
Dad played a bit of footy back when he was a bit younger, and he still plays a fair bit of touch footy now. So my grandfather was really athletic, so that's probably where I got a lot of my athletic side of things. And yeah, so but they always supported me. Like I played soccer for about 8 years. Soccer till I was about 15 or 16. So they drove me all over the countryside, every weekend. We'd have to go somewhere else, and so they looked after me really well in that. And yeah, just trying to pay them back by doing something good now.
So what do you do for a living?
At the moment I'm working in sales, just do internal sales for a company called Beaver Brands.
That's a plug.
Yeah, so if you ever need any height safety gear, come and see me.
Okay, yeah.
And yeah, it's going not too bad. It's obviously just starting as a sort of a junior sort of rank, but I hope to move up into management at some stage later on.
You look management material?
Yes. Yeah. So how did you find the jump from your country football to coming here playing your reserves and then playing that one league game? Did you notice a hell of a difference from each stage you've gone through?
No, huge
Well,
difference.
even just from the reserves to the league.
Yeah, well, I mean,
More full on.
from where I'm from, it's the reserve grade footy here it'd be better than like senior footy back there. So even just to play, good reserve grade football was a challenge for me straight up. And, I was fairly lucky. I played a little bit of state league footy back home when my side was in the ACT league. So I got a little bit of experience in that, but I was still only young. I didn't understand the footy side of technical side of things that well. But the jump's just amazing, and that's why it's taken me a little while to get used to it. But to play consistent footy, you've just got to get used to the level of football that you're playing every week, and the level of competitors you're against.
Right. And what's the future hold for you as far as this club goes? You plan on staying around for next year and giving it another go, keep going? And
yeah, well, I think Colo's given me a pretty good indication that we'll be hanging around next year.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, I was always going to give it a couple of years just to see how. Well, obviously never knew how didn't know how I was going to go when I first got here. I think next year we'll be playing a lot better footy for this year, this experience. So hopefully next year I'll be able to play some really good senior footy if I can't at the end of this year.
We've noticed during your games that you're pretty hard at it when you're going for the ball, and I'm not quite sure if you can actually hear the wolf pack or the wolf.
No, I can hear you, I can hear you.
But yes, there's just a small bunch of us. We seem to be losing a few little supporters there. So we're hoping that by maybe putting it out to you guys out there that you might be able to join us and make it a bigger concern. We need as many as we can. Just because we're losing doesn't mean to say we jump ship. So
What do you think of this first third of the Wolfpack sponsoring you?
I was actually sitting on Bundy's table at the night, and I didn't know. I being not from here, and it was only early in the season. I never, I didn't hear anything about it, and then that night, obviously, the photos come up and said Wolfpack, and Bundy explained to me what it was, and then I found out all about Blood and Tars and all this sort of stuff. And, it's brilliant. It's need more blokes like that around the footy club. It's and just the support. It's I know you guys make a big effort to get down here during the reserve grade to give support as well. It's a big plus because if reserve grade footy's going well, then generally senior footy's going well as well.
Yeah, we try to get our waffles going during a B grade. We've got my little granddaughter doing it now, so
everyone can hear you on that.
When she get going, she goes, "Come on!" She's not quite 2 yet, so she's getting there.
That's brilliant.
Okay, well our time's just about up, Ryan. So I suppose on behalf of everybody out there, I'd like to thank you very much for doing this interview with us, and hopefully we can do another one maybe when you've won a McGarry medal or something like that, or something fairest or something like that.
Hopefully we can do plenty more then.
Yeah, no worries. Well, thanks very much for your interview, all right?
Thanks, Ryan.
And thank you very much. See you, boys.
See you guys.